Hello, my name is Amarjot Singh, and I'm a CCRC consultant based in Alberta. And I regularly make videos about immigration so that people can benefit something that they do not know about the law. They can follow some updates here and then better their own immigration future. One of the topics that I wanted to talk to you today is your police record in Canada. No matter whether you are on a tourist visa or a work visa or a study visa or you're a temporary resident permit or you're on a super visa or even if you are a permanent resident, one of the things that will kill your immigration future is if you have any crime in Canada. You can go to Google or you can go to IRCC website directly and type criminal convictions, and you can see a list of convictions that will surely make you ineligible for any benefit. Starting with extension of your status and definitely the PR. If you already are PR, you will also risk losing your permanent residence. So under Canadian immigration law, if you have committed or you have been convicted, so that's the difference, committed or convicted, you will be called inadmissible, and it's called actually criminally inadmissible. There are other kinds of inadmissibility, but this will make you sure enough uh, uh, criminally inadmissible. So this includes minor crime and even major serious crimes like theft, maybe assault, manslaughter, dangerous driving. Sometimes you're driving too fast, you don't know where which country you are, you're driving too fast on the big highways. Dangerous driving, driving under influence of drugs or alcohol for sure, trafficking in drugs. But there's the list of criminal offenses is too long to just mention here in the brief presentation here. You can go to Criminal Code of Canada and can look at some crimes which are there. The difference is what is a serious crime, which is less serious crimes, and that's how it is. So what I will do is there are some people who are watching my show. I'll say welcome to them and I'll come back again. Prabal Sharma is saying to me, hello, Prabal Sharma, how are you? Other people who have also, who else is, I didn't see his name, Prabal Sharma saying hello. So let me just go to quickly on listing some common crimes that you should definitely avoid. Sometimes when I see in Canada somebody who's on a work visa or study visa, they are arrested or they make some violations, which of course they don't realize how it will affect the immigration future. It's just heart rending to see them in that situation, and there's no going back. So let me just go through some of the common criminal offenses that people are under, and that's what you should avoid. So we are looking at some common offenses. Number one is driving under influence of alcohol. If you are driving a car, or automobile, a truck, or something with alcohol, you surely will be charged under Section 253 of the Criminal Code of Canada. So the driving under influence of alcohol is determined in two ways. The first is whether the individual is impaired, which is typically done by the roadside test. They touch your nose and you're standing on the foot and they ask you to move so that they can see how impaired you are. The second way is with a breathalyzer test of 0.08. So that means if your blood alcohol concentration is 8% or more, then you will be deemed impaired. So this is called DUI. DUI is a hybrid offense in Canada, and this you will not be uh, deemed rehabilitated for the next 10 years. So for 10 years, you really are cooked. That means, you can't get those benefits, anything. If you already a PR, then, you've lost that. In other words, you'll not be automatically cleared for staying unless 10 years have passed from the day your sentence is complete. I mean, not like on the date of conviction or charge, but still the sentence is complete. Maybe they put you in probation for 3 years or 2 years, something, and from that time, another 10 years. So generally, you can still apply for criminal rehabilitation 5 years after your sentence is complete, including any probation or conditional sentences. Also, that's what it is. So be very careful or driving under influence of alcohol. This is a common, disease I see from people who do not know how to behave well in Canada. They're driving under alcohol and they think they are driving in the home countries, but here in Canada, you will be cooked big time. Second offense is assault. If you try to assault somebody, that is directly Section 265 of Criminal Code of Canada. This also is a hybrid offense, and you will not be deemed rehabilitated for another 10 years. In other words, until and unless 10 years have passed from the date your sentence is complete, you do not get any immigration benefit. If you are on some benefit, you will lose that. So be very careful what you are trying to do. Who else is typing something? Let's say Prabal Sharma says important to work experience. Yes, of course. I'm not here to talk about experience today. I will talking about the criminal offenses here. Vishnu AR for study visa spousal program. How much will it cost in case your processing chance of rejection total time? Vishnu AR. I'm not talking about those issues now. You need to call to me separately. You know my number 780-707-4831. You can call me after half an hour if you may. Let me go back to the assaults. So the assault is, of course, Section 265 of Criminal Code. If you are hitting somebody, or if you're assaulting somebody, or trying to harm, making a bodily harm something, this is not accepted in Canada. It may be accepted in other countries, but not here. If you are not a citizen and if you are charged for assault, you're gone for 10 years. All right. So just be careful what you're thinking, what you're trying to do. Let's look at theft. The offense of theft in Canada is also under Section 322 of Criminal Code of Canada. This again is a hybrid offense, and you'll not be deemed rehabilitated for the next 10 years. So be very careful. You go to some place, or when you try to steal something, and without knowing what the consequences are. I mean, it's important that you understand what you're trying to do. Otherwise, once the theft is done, once you've been charged, you are done. Your immigration future is over. Again, fraud in Canada. If you do any kind of fraud, at Section 380 of Criminal Code of Canada, this is again a hybrid offense and not be deemed rehabilitated for 10 years. So, I mean, there are ways to overcome, the charges and do criminal rehabilitation. But what I just mentioned to you is, 10 years at the least. You have to wait 10 years. All right. So that's what you have to understand. I sometimes see people coming here on a study visa or work visa, living with the spouse, and people are fighting, and the other person, who is actually any one of those persons, if they lay a charge against the other, and the police is called, and depending on what charges are laid on, and if you might be done for immigration in Canada, the judge will decide what charges to lay and what charges are proven against you, and that's it. You are in a say goodbye. All right, so you have to be very careful, how you behave in Canada. You just cannot be thinking that this is your old country and nobody cares. Everybody will care, and then that will screw up your immigration future. Vishnu Air, I've already talked about things, spouse visa, spouse work permit. You can call me separately, and then we can go from there. So that's all I had to say about crime in Canada. Crime never pays anywhere, especially in Canada. Be be very aware that you got to stay clear. At the least, I'm not saying that you do this crime after you become citizen, but till the time you are citizen, your future is not established as far as immigration concerned. Anything can happen, and you are out as quick as you came. All right. So thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you soon in a separate video with some other